Hey everybody, welcome back. Let's go stick or go home. It is exceptionally hot today. It's kind of a dead heat. Probably look super sweaty. Anyway, nobody cares. I want to go over putting a trailer hitch on one of these CR-Vs, and right before I do that, I want to cover a couple of things that I know to be true that are... Honda only rates this in the US to pull 1,000 pounds, all right? But that's kind of a BS statement because in Australia, this is rated to pull 1.2 tons. Same car, right? So 2,200 pounds in Australia, but only 1,000 pounds in the US. I smell liability insurance. That's what I smell for the reason behind that. Now, I don't know if I would trust the automatic transmission to pull very much, but the manual will do it just fine. I've done it. I pulled a U-Haul trailer. I estimated at least 2,500 pounds of weight, and I have seen people take a CR-V, right? Put it on a single car trailer and then tow that CR-V on that trailer with another CR-V. 3,200 pounds plus 400 pounds for the car trailer, 3,600 pounds easily pulled by this. It'll do it. It'll do it. All right. Now, putting on a trailer hitch is actually pretty easy, and this is a 2-inch trailer hitch. It's really sturdy. I took this off of an old CR-V, that's why it's not exactly brand new, but I've touched up the paint a little bit with rust preventative and resprayed those to coat them. A little bit of information. You have 2 bolt holes on either side and a U-bracket in the middle that goes around this hook. All right. This is easier to put on without the exhaust on the car, but you can put it on with the exhaust. It just takes a little bit of extra effort. All right. You have 4 of these. 2 bolts are longer, 2 bolts are shorter. All right. These are the longer ones. These are the shorter ones. The longer ones go through the section of this with the spacer on there, and the spacer is on there because the frame rail is not all the same height. So they do that to take up the difference. All right. I bought wire from Home Depot to put on this because one of these, it comes with a wire that's pre-wound like this, new, and you use this to pull the bolt through, okay? Otherwise, you're never gonna get it in place. Now, if you look underneath here, I've drilled this hole out. Haven't gotten to that one yet, but the reason that you drill these holes out is because those bolts with the bracket thingy on them, the anchor slab, I guess you'd call it, they don't fit through these holes normally. So you take one of those hole drill bits that I got a set of these online for like 20 bucks. It's super cheap, but it does the job just fine. And that is just big enough to slide it through, and I'm gonna spray that down with some rust preventative, be nicer to it than otherwise. I have cut a hole with a cutter wheel before, a hand cutter wheel, but it leaves jagged edges and it's never pretty, and the lines usually overlap and it's hard to do accurately. So I grabbed that instead, and it's a much nicer, much easier, much quicker job. It's real close. And with a little finessing, it goes in. All right. So, super cheap drill, super cheap bit, gets the job done. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. So, we're gonna grab some rust preventative. Spray it up as nice as I can. Let that dry out for a minute and we'll be back. All right, I have put in 3 of the 4 bolts. Sprayed a little rust preventative on the car just because I don't have the money to get body worked on right now. And I did end up having to drill this out just a little bit to make it go in easier, but they went through all right. And I'm gonna show you guys, if I don't drop my flashlight here, the process by which I put these in. Yeah, first try. There we go. All right. And there's all four. Now, for the interesting bit, you get to watch me. For the interesting bit, you get to watch me bridge lift this up into the car and bolt it in. Oh yeah. If I had two people, this would be so much easier. You gotta be careful because you can actually push them back up in to the frame rail. These So now that we have the actual physical hitch hooked up, which is, you know, takes a little bit of effort, but it's doable, I'm going to show you how to run the electrical. Okay, so this is the trunk. You have the little side compartment. If you pull that up, I have the box here. All right, and there is a passageway. It's that hole right there. Oh, sorry for the weird light vibe. It's that hole right there, and this whole thing will actually fit through that hole, okay? And the factory plug on the actual wiring harness of the car that hooks up to this is behind this speaker. So you take this out, you take the speaker off, and there is a plug that is taped to the speaker wire for this speaker, okay? You plug this into it, and you feed it down through there. It's basically just an empty space. You feel around enough, you'll find this hole. You feed it through, comes out here. Well, all you gotta do, take a box cutter or a razor or a knife, and you just cut just enough of a slit for this piece to come through. This is the actual hitch connector. And I've looped the wire through its cap so that it holds it all together. And then it sits in there very nicely. I still need to finish bolting all this down, but there you go. That's the wire. That's the hitch, and as I said before, this will tow a good bit. I've had this hitch for a few years now. It was on my previous CR-V. It's excellent. This has hopefully been an enlightening tutorial. If you want to see more, hit like, hit subscribe. This is Go Stick or Go Home. See you guys.